Holy Snacks Meals in the building.
I wasn't even thinking about me being on the show. I wanted to produce something for them.
Celebrity. Like if I went to the mall and stuff, people like, oh,
The thing was, I didn't even know that anybody ever thought I was ugly.
We look like twins almost.
Okay.
She really wouldn't be
Covering any more subjects related. So that's why you got the raw reaction. This is pathetic. It's pathetic. Welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl, Sweet Pea, and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. You guys, thank you so much for being here. This is another edition of Tasha K versus Cardi B lawsuit update. Y'all know I got the goddamn tea. I got the docs. Child, Cardi B is on Tasha K's ass. She don't want certain things admissible. She don't want certain things. But one thing I do know, she said, Tasha K, I want all that goddamn content. I want that content that is published and unpublished. I want that motherfucking content that is from April all the way up until October. Give me. So it looks like Tasha K and Cardi B, we are headed for the home stretch. And now there are things that are being entered in as evidence, and there's being things that are going to be taken out. This is the time where, you know, both sides are saying what should be admissible, what should be allowed in, and what should not be allowed in. And basically, that time period and the motion that is being filed, it's called motion in limine. And what that is, it is they're trying to decide, both sides file a motion in limine, and that is, hey, I want this excluded, I want this included, it don't make no difference. This ain't gonna make you win, lose, or draw. You need to take that. All those type of things are considered when you have a motion in limine. So we're gonna go through both sides. Both of these ladies have filed a motion in limine, and we're going to see what needs to be excluded and what's not going to be admissible on Tasha K's part, and what is not going to be admissible on Cardi B's point. Oh my God. We got 95 people in here. I am so sorry. Y'all know, yes, it takes me a while to get these documents together. I was rushing home. You know, it's a Wednesday night. It's hump day, hump night. So unlike a lot of people out there, your girl, she works and does YouTube videos. So, child, I was rushing home from work. I said, I'm going to make it by 8:30. What time is it? It's a whole goddamn hour late. I was doing my little shopping for the kids, trying to get everything ready and get them settled. So that way when I jump on her and I get ready to read these documents, ain't nobody interrupting me because we got a lot of shit to unpack, a lot of shit to uncover. Child, who we got here? Who we got here tonight? Oh, all my moderators are here. Dover Girl, I've never seen you before. Hello, you look like a new member. Together we break chains. Miss Gardner, Monica, Alice, Lynn, Hubbard, Trick Mama, Netta24, Brooklyn Squad, Cool Tosh. Who else? Night Rider, Tiana the Polar Bear. Yes, I love that. Vanderveer, VJBD, Winter Goddess 1111, The Queen B82, and Life with the Leonard family. And we cannot forget Ariana Emerson. Hey, you guys. And Paulette Jennings says, hello, family. So, yeah, we are here. Ira is in the building as well. Hey, Ira. Hey, Susie Davis-Jones. And Itsy Bitsy. I also see KK. Bree 887. Kevin Murphy. Kimberly B. Hi. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. If you are a new subscriber, thank you for joining my channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for taking that time to hit that little notification bell so that you know when we go live and when we upload. Thank you for joining the channel. There are so many people that have subscribed in the last week. It has been overwhelming. So I thank you guys. We are on the road to 10K subscribers. So you are helping us reach that goal. Every time you hit subscribe, every time you hit that like button, you are helping me reach my goal. So thank you very much. But what we here to do tonight, we're here to talk about these motherfucking interrogatories. Tasha, why the fuck you ain't fill out these interrogatories? Shut! Why the fuck you ain't fill out these interrogatories? Shut! I said motherfucking, what the fuck is an interrogatory? Now they talking about motion limites. They talking about motion and limites. I don't know what the fuck a motion and limitate. God damn it. All I know is go to my website. Go to my website, bitch. Pay $14.99. Go to my motherfucking website. All of my content is over there on my goddamn TashaK.com, bitch. TashaMotherfucking.com. That bitch, by the time Cardi B is done with her, she is not going to be on YouTube, QTube, Bigo, Twitch, Facebook, Snapchat, motherfucking what's that shit called? LinkedIn. She ain't gonna be nowhere by the time Cardi B get done with her. Cause child, Cardi B is not playing with the girl. She is not playing with Tasha K. But if you do not know what we are talking about, if you are somehow under a rock and you do not know what we are talking about, well, Cardi B, superstar, rapper, mother, Cardi B, wife to Offset. Cardi B sued Tasha K. Tasha K is a YouTube blogger. She belongs to the YouTube community. Some say that she's the queen of YouTube. You know, Wiley, the Wiley Show. He says she's a proud black woman, a beautiful black woman. And we should all aspire to be like Tasha K. Well, Cardi B sued this powerful, beautiful black woman for defamation, slander, for saying that she put a beer bottle up her private. She cheated on her husband, Offset. She had HPV and herpes. So Tasha K was sued for these claims back, I I believe it started in 2018. She had an accomplice by the name of Star Marie Jones. And Star Marie Jones was someone that allegedly lived with Cardi B and claimed that, you know, back in the day before Cardi B was famous, she knew Cardi B and she seen her with Monistat in her purse, and she knew that she was doing drugs and all these different things, and that she had herpes and different. So they did an interview that went viral because Tasha K was trying to go viral. She was trying to blow up on YouTube. So she was saying anything she could say, but she was using Cardi's name, making fake videos, making fake, putting out fake information. She was making videos and putting out fake tea so that she could blow up. Well, it worked. And these videos garnered hundreds of thousands of views, even millions of views. Cardi B asked that the material be taken down. Tasha K said, bitch, you gonna come up on my motherfucking channel and you gonna give me a goddamn interview. You gonna give me a goddamn interview. And Cardi B said, who the fuck? Who she thinks she talking to, yo? Who she thinks she talking to? I'm not about to give her no interview. I'm not about to give her no interview. Who the fuck she thinks she talking? No, y'all gonna stop playing with me. Y'all gonna stop playing with your bloggers. Your bloggers think that I'm going to give you an interview, but I'm not. Who the fuck is a Tasha K? Cardi said, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am, Pam. I am not going to give you a motherfucking interview. So Tasha K got mad. Her ego was bruised. And so she just had, she went on a spree of making videos, putting out lies. And so Cardi said, if you don't take the shit down, I'm going to sue you. And what happened? She didn't take it down. So Cardi B sued Tasha K. And even through all of this, Tasha continued to make videos, even so much so that we went into 2020 making videos, 2021 making videos. So now there's hundreds of videos where Tasha K is mentioning Cardi B some way, somehow, some shape or form. So because Tasha is so narcissistic and her ego is so large, everyone was telling her, Tasha, just take the shit. I'm going to win this motherfucking lawsuit. I got good talent. I got young lawyers, I got young, fresh talent. They cost me, I'm paying an arm and a leg for these goddamn lawyers. They young, fresh talent. And I'm going to win. I swear on my motherfucking kids, I'm winning this goddamn lawsuit, bitch. And what did Sweet Pea Diaries? Along came a spider. Along came a Sweet Pea Diaries. And blew that lie out the water. Sweet Pea Diaries said, you know what? Let me look on the internet. And let me pull these court records. Let me pull these court documents. Don't look like you winning to me, bitch. Look like to me, Cardi B is about to win this summary judgment out. It's fake records. It's fake. Don't believe a motherfucking Sweet Pea. Oh, the fucking Sweet Pea Diaries. She went on the backup channel. Who the fuck is the Sweet Pea Diaries? Sweet Pea Diaries, you gotta learn how to read, bitch. That motherfucking judge ain't signed that summary judgment. I'm not losing this lawsuit. I swear I'm not. God damn it, don't listen to that bitch. I'm not losing. I swear. Shit. Tell him I'm not losing. Tell him. And all the while, Tasha K was losing this lawsuit. Every time I did a video, anytime I pulled up the court documents, what did we see? She was losing the lawsuit. So now we are at the point where they are getting ready to go to trial. They are gearing up to go to trial. The jury is going to be picked and selected November the 8th. And then the very next day, November 9th, they will be beginning the trial. And so now there has been developments where the attorneys for Cardi B, they have demanded that Tasha K turn over content that is both published and unpublished. Bitch, we want the motherfucking hard drives. We want the flash drives. We want the motherfucking CD-ROMs, bitch. We want the cassette tapes. We want everything that you have made from this period of time, We want all the footage, bitch. Unedited, edited, processed, screwed, diced, what the fuck ever. We want it all. They have demanded that Tasha K turn over content that is both published and unpublished. And you know I always come with a motherfucking receipt. I got the receipt, bitch. I got the motherfucking receipt. I got the receipt. So I told y'all Tasha K is represented by Olga. We all know what Olga looked like. But now it looks like Sadir. Sadir Sabak, her second lawyer, has finally made an appearance. He has finally begun to start showing his face. I guess Tasha K said, God damn it, Olga is fucking up. Let me get out here with Sadir. Let me see what the fuck Sadir can do. Because Sadir been hiding, honey. Sadir been hiding in the back. It just been Olga and Tasha K out here weathering the storm. Out here kicking down doors, just windmilling, just winging it, bitch. Lying to the judge, making up stories. Finally, Sadir has stepped out the bushes. Finally. Sadir says he is one of the attorneys for LaTasha K. Now, this recertification is being provided in accordance with the court's order. They want this recertification of published and unpublished content. Defendant produced to plaintiff all published and unpublished content between April 13th, 2021 and June 13th, 2021. Honey, we want the videos, the content that is published or unpublished that you created on April 13th through June 13th. Bitch. We also want material that has been published from June 14th through August 14th. Published and non-published content. We also want published and unpublished content between August 15th, October 20th, 2021. So does this ring any bells to anyone? Does any light bulb go off for anyone in the comments? Does any light bulb go off? You remember this year when Tasha, anytime Cardi B posted an accomplishment or a celebration, anytime Cardi showed any type of excitement or peace for that matter on social media, what did Tasha K always do? Here come Tasha. Bitch! Oh, how dare you be happy, bitch? Tasha was trolling. So you know what they said? Every time Tasha K jumped on that motherfucking internet, anytime she jumped in front of that goddamn camera on that backup channel, stop asking me about my motherfucking channel. I'm not going to lose my goddamn channel. She just said that they want this shit up until October 20th. Bitch, that was just last week. So when you was ranting and raving, when you did that Jessie Woo interview, and you said, everybody know I live in goddamn Lawrenceville, and ain't a motherfucker came to me yet. Everybody know where the fuck I live. Oh, Cardi, we need to get married, bitch. You know me and Cardi, that's we really love each other. Cardi said, no, the fuck we don't, bitch. Send me that shit. I told you people was snapshotting, screenshotting every time Tasha K ran her goddamn mouth on that backup channel on Wino Gang podcast. Anytime she thought she was doing a live on Patreon, anywhere, bitch, eyes was everywhere. So they said they want content that was published and unpublished. Turn it over, bitch. We want it all. We want it all. Published and unpublished content right up until October 20th, 2021. Don't believe me? Here, read it. Here it go. Want to talk about it? Here it go. They want content published and unpublished between April 13th, 2021 and June 13th, 2021. They want content published from June 14th, 2021 through August 14th, 2021. They want content published and unpublished from August 15th, 2021 through October 20th, 2021. Bitch, they want the shit right up until last week. So why do you think Tasha's over there going on and making a website? And she's on Patreon. And she's all over her backup channel trying to promote these websites and these other ways to watch Tasha K. Because she is gearing up to make her exit from YouTube. She is gearing up to make her exit from YouTube. Not only have these people asked for published content, but they have asked for the unpublished content as well. But you think this is some shit? That's not all, folks. We got much, much, much more to go. So sit back and enjoy the ride. You think this is something, motherfucker? We just getting started. Or we just warming up. We're just warming up. But all those lies that she was telling on YouTube, that she was winning, she swore on her children that she wasn't losing the lawsuit. People was asking her, should you be talking about this? Should you be talking about Cardi B? No, I'm protected. I'm protected by the First Amendment. I'm a motherfucking journalist. Oh, I'm just going to have to pay $75K. No, bitch, it looks like they are going to shut you down. They're going to shut you down all the way around the board. Lord knows what they're going to uncover and what they're going to find in that unpublished content. What do you think they're going to find and what do you think they're going to see in that unpublished content? The shit that you haven't chopped up and edited. Wonder what they're going to find there. So now, along with what the plaintiff is asking be turned over, the plaintiff has also filed a motion in limine. And as I've told you, a motion in limine is a motion that is discussed outside of the presence of a jury to request that certain testimony be excluded. So like a motion in limine can also be used to get a ruling to allow also for inclusion of evidence. So this is basically a motion that is filed prior to, the jury and the trial beginning, asking that the court exclude or allow certain testimony or evidence to try the case, okay? And what they're going to allow as evidence. So this is Cardi B's motion in limine. Plaintiff Cardi B respectively submits this motion in limine to exclude certain evidence on the exhibit list submitted by defendants Tasha K and K Studios, LLC, and any related testimony from defendants' witnesses during the upcoming trial. So, background. In this, they're giving them a background. Plaintiff brought this action for defamation, invasion of privacy, false light, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and requested punitive damages and attorney's fees, among other remedies, arising from defendants' repeated and habitual publication of vile and disgusting defamatory statements about plaintiff that they knew were false and have refused to discontinue or retract. Defendant K asserted counterclaims for slander per se, assault, intentional infliction of emotional distress, punitive damages, and expenses of litigation. But, oh yes, on November 23rd, 2020, on the eve of discovery closing, K voluntarily dismissed her claim of slander per se because she admitted that she lacked any evidence to support the claim. But on that fateful day, on July 8th, 2021, after full briefing and argument, the court granted summary judgment on K remaining claims because she also lacked any evidence to support these claims. Now the argument. But even where the evidence is relevant, the court may still exclude it if its probative value is substantially outweighed by a danger of one or more of the following: unfair prejudice, confusing the issues, misleading the jury, undue delay, wasting time, or needlessly presenting cumulative evidence. A district court has broad discretion on a motion in limine to determine that certain evidence is irrelevant or its probative value is outweighed by the other factors set forth in Rule 403, or that the evidence is otherwise inadmissible. Now, evidence related to K dismissed counterclaims is inadmissible. So now we're getting into what Cardi B's team is saying is inadmissible. It should not be used in their defense. In support of her counterclaims, K alleged that plaintiff threatened her and also caused her to be threatened by various other persons. For example, she cited I can never say that word, She cited documents that had not been authenticated. She cited documents that had not been authenticated, okay? So alleged threats made by the plaintiff to another so-called blogger. Alleged threats to K by various named individuals, including Schemo Holmes and Dennis Byron. Alleged threats by random social media users and emails from unknown persons using the names Rashad Houghton and Camilla Marinat. Now I'm going to run that back, okay? She attempted to submit emails that she received alleged threats by random social media users. Now this is Tasha K now, saying that she received emails from somebody named Rashad Houghton and Camilla Marinat about these alleged threats and other unsubstantiated allegations. Notably, this court already has reviewed all of this evidence in connection with plaintiff's motion for summary judgment and concluded that K allegations were mere speculation and that these documents failed to establish any alleged threats were caused by or attributable to the plaintiff. Nevertheless, even though each of K counterclaims are still at issue in this action. I'm sorry. Let me rewind that. Nevertheless, even though each of Kibi's counterclaims were dismissed, defendants are inexplicably acting as if these counterclaims are still at issue in this action. So what they're saying here, all Tasha's shit been thrown out. Her counterclaim is thrown out. She could not substantiate that the emails, the documents that she was receiving came from these people and that it was through Cardi B, Schemo, Rashad, Camilla. She could not prove that these documents were legit and that these messages were substantial. She could not prove that these alleged threats were caused by Cardi B or that she gave orders for these threats. So they threw it out. So they're saying, nevertheless, the defendant is still acting like these counterclaims are still at issue in this action. And that's what I have been trying to tell the viewers, and I've been trying to tell, the winos. She doesn't have shit left. Her counterclaims were dismissed. She has nothing to win. So anything that has to do with these counterclaims, Cardi B and her team is saying it should not be admissible because her counterclaims were thrown out. So any evidence related to those counterclaims should not be admissible in court. They have identified all of the same evidence cited in support of these dismissed claims on their exhibit list for trial, including the exhibits identified on the attached Exhibit A. Defendants should not be permitted to introduce any of these exhibits or any testimony about alleged threats against Kibi or other so-called bloggers by plaintiff or anyone else, or any alleged harm caused to Kibi as a result of these alleged threats, including alleged moving and school relocation expenses, medical expenses, and physical and emotional distress damages, because none of these exhibits or any possible testimony about these issues bear any relevance whatsoever to the claims remaining in this case. This court's July 8th, 2021 order on summary judgment could not be clearer that all of Kibi's counterclaims have been dismissed. There is no reasonable explanation for why defendants have included these documents on their exhibit list and required the plaintiff to file this motion in limine to address this evidence, given its obvious lack of relevance to the remaining claims. So they saying, bitch, why the fuck would you put this in your evidence list? Why would you put this on your exhibit list? The shit was thrown out and you acting like this shit's still standing. Bitch, we shot it down. Will you pick up your little raggedy rags? Will you pick up your little raggedy interrogatories? Furthermore, even assuming arguendo there were some minimal probative value to this evidence, it would be greatly outweighed by the obvious unfair prejudice to plaintiff if this evidence were admitted. Unfair prejudice, as used in Rule 403, means an undue tendency to suggest decision on an improper basis, commonly, though not necessarily, an emotional one. Allowing defendants to introduce this evidence will unfairly prejudice plaintiff by potentially causing the jurors to rule against her based on allegations that have already been deemed insufficient as a matter of law to state a claim. This evidence also could confuse the jury as to the material issues that need to be decided in this case and will undoubtedly result in a colossal waste of time because it will necessitate addressing plaintiffs' particularized objections to the over 117 exhibits in this category and relitigating the merits of these allegations that have been previously decided by this court. Thank you, Bree887, for the $4.99 super sticker. So they basically just saying, girl, your shit is irrelevant. Your counterclaim was thrown out, so anything associated with that needs to go. Relatedly, Kibi relied on plaintiff's alleged gang affiliation and ties to Schemo Homes in support of her counterclaims in an attempt to show that plaintiff had caused him to threaten Kibi. Again, the court has already addressed these claims and found them to lack support. Thus, any suggestion that plaintiff was or is in a gang has no probative value to the remaining claims and would be highly prejudicial to plaintiff given the many unstated and unfounded assumptions the jury could make through guilt by association. Allegations concerning pending criminal matter are inadmissible. Plaintiff is currently facing criminal charges for assault and related charges in a pending case in New York involving an altercation in a nightclub, and defendants have included documents on their exhibit list that relate to this matter, including the exhibits identified on the attached Exhibit B. Plaintiff has pleaded not guilty to those charges. The allegations in that case have no relevance to the claims remaining in this action, and regardless should be excluded due to unfair prejudice and wasting of time. Similar to the alleged threats addressed above, allowing evidence on this issue would require the parties to undertake a mini-trial on the merits of these allegations, and plaintiff would be severely hampered in her ability to defend herself against these allegations due to the impact her testimony could have in the pending criminal proceeding. Any evidence or testimony on this pending criminal matter should be excluded. Basically, girl, I got some shit going on that ain't got shit to do with this shit, so why the fuck we talking about it? That's basically what that meant. I got some shit that ain't got nothing to do with this case, so why the fuck are you bringing that up? Mind your motherfucking business. That shit ain't got nothing to do with why you said I cheated on my husband, put a beer bottle up my private, and I have herpes and HPV. So why the fuck are we including that in the exhibits? Messages by Star Marie Jones are inadmissible. Defendants have included on their exhibit list several message threads with Star Marie Jones, who previously was a defendant in this action, including the exhibits identified on the attached Exhibit C. And we will look at the exhibits once we're done. We'll look at A, B, C, D, whatever exhibits. We will look at them and correlate them with the document. Many of these private messages and social media comments from Jones contain inflammatory and unfounded allegations against the plaintiff, including accusations that plaintiff committed crimes that have no relevance to the remaining claims. These messages are inadmissible hearsay and are not subject to cross-examination because neither side has identified Star Marie as their witness. And even assuming these messages were admissible and relevant, they are neither. Introducing them would cause plaintiff significant unfair prejudice if the jury gave these unsworn accusations any credence. They should be excluded. Any credence. They should be excluded. D. Allegations of infidelity by plaintiff's husband are inadmissible. Basically, Offset cheating on Cardi B, what does that have to do with this trial? Defendant's exhibit list contains a number of documents concerning allegations that plaintiff's husband has committed infidelity, including the exhibits identified on the attached Exhibit D. Now, I got to look at Exhibit D, bitch. I need to know, do you got some goddamn proof that Offset was cheating? Where is Exhibit D? I need to see Exhibit motherfucking D. Child, so they are the videos. They are going to be videos, child. Well, I cannot wait till we see this goddamn discovery when I go to this trial, because if she about to pull out a goddamn tape that showed Offset cheating, well, I'll be goddamn. I need to know, where in a good goddamn do you have proof that Offset was cheating? I need to know. I need to know. So, defendant's exhibit list. Tasha's exhibit list contains a number of documents concerning allegations that Cardi B's husband has committed infidelity. Bitch, where did you get these documents from? Where did you get these documents from that Offset committed infidelity? There is no conceivable relevance to these allegations because the actions of Cardi B's husband are not at issue. Plaintiff also could suffer unfair prejudice by these allegations if any jurors hold negative perceptions about a woman who would stay married to a man who has committed infidelity. Any evidence or testimony on this issue should be excluded. And that's good and goddamn what Tasha is trying to do. Bitch, want to show that Offset is cheating. He's a cheater. You know, he cheats on Cardi B. So what kind of woman would stay married to a man that she know is cheating? She is trying to play into the soft spot of women. She is trying to play into jurors that might be, you know, prejudiced against men that cheat on their wives. Why does that even have anything to do with you lying on Cardi B? What the fuck Offset is doing? What the fuck does Offset doing with his itty bitty Peter, little polka dot Peter? What does he doing with his Pika Pata Pika Peter have to do with this goddamn lawsuit? Videos about plaintiff drugging and robbing men are inadmissible. Defendant's exhibit list contains often, I cannot say that word, just ties up my tongue. Authenticated, child. I'm fucking tongue-tied. Fuck y'all. Y'all know what the fuck it means. That word is hard to pronounce when you trying to read documents, goddammit. So, okay. Defendant's exhibit list contains videos that have not been authenticated, okay? They have not been authenticated. Unauthenticated. See, I can say it when I take my time. Defendant exhibits list contains unauthenticated videos compiled by unknown third parties that purport to show Cardi B admitting to drugging and robbing men during the period of time before she was a successful artist, including the exhibits identified on the attached Exhibit E. These allegations do not directly bear on any of the defamatory statements that are the subject of plaintiff's claims and are significantly and unfairly prejudicial because they could lead jurors to make improper conclusions about the likelihood of plaintiff committing other actions. So they basically saying, bitch, We don't need to know anything about the drugging and robbing. The videos of Cardi B talking about she drugged and robbed men prior to her being famous when she was in the strip clubs. None of that shit got anything to do with you saying that Cardi B had herpes and HPV, that she cheated on her husband, and that she put a beer bottle up her private. This evidence that you are suggesting that you need to enter, they say, no, you don't need to enter this. Videos about her drugging and robbing men, what the fuck that got to do with anything? Now you're just trying to reach around and pull anything out of a hat and enter it as evidence. Anything that you could think of to discredit Cardi B, you want to enter it as evidence. But that's not how it works. When you enter in evidence, it must correlate and have something to do with your claims. This has nothing to do with Cardi B has herpes or herpes or HPV. She cheated on Offset and she put a beer bottle up her private. This does not have anything to do with those claims. If they were to put that in front of a juror could make improper conclusions about Cardi B, and that would assassinate her character in their eyes, and it can cause unjust precedents, and it could cause the jurors to rule against Cardi B despite the merits of her claims, purely based on their feelings about Cardi B alleged actions on that unrelated issue. For these reasons, this evidence should be excluded. Child. F. Plaintiff's irrelevant comments on social media are inadmissible. So, the comments that Cardi B has made on the internet, on live, talking and joking with her fans, it's irrelevant. It should not be admissible. It has nothing to do with this case. Defendants have included on their exhibit list a handful of social media comments made by plaintiff about third parties on social media, including the exhibits identified on the attached Exhibit F that are entirely unrelated to any of the issues in this case, and thus are irrelevant and inadmissible. These comments amount to name calling, and the exhibits containing them appear to have been included on defendants' list solely for the purpose of engendering negative feelings by the jury towards plaintiff. This is an archetype of example of the type of unfair prejudice addressed by Rule 403. These exhibits should be excluded, bitch. That just basically means comments that Cardi B made on social media are inadmissible. The shit got nothing to do with Tasha K saying that Cardi B cheated on Offset. She put a beer bottle up her private, and she's got herpes and HPV. Susie Davis says, so Tasha's smoking gun doesn't have any bullets. No bullets. No bullets at all. I mean, where are the high-profile attorneys? I'm still waiting for them to show up. Where are the high-profile attorneys? We still looking at these Craigslist back page attorneys. I'm waiting on the high-profile attorneys to show up. We still looking at Sadir and Olga. So this is a certificate of service that the motion in limine was turned into the clerk of the court. And then this is the exhibits. These are evidence that is going to be entered in all of these different videos and documents. It's going to be entered into as evidence. And so this is the stuff that they're saying that they want to look over and what should not be admitted or admissible for the jury to look at as evidence. They want to get it out. They don't want the jury to look at or they want the jury to look at, So that's basically Cardi B's motion in limine. Now, because Cardi does, now you always, here comes Tasha. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here come her ass. Now, what I don't understand about Tasha K, she has nothing left. You have nothing left. You're fighting for what? What are you fighting for at the end of the day? Your counterclaim has been thrown out. You dropped your counterclaim for slander. So the assault and the $3 million counterclaim, that was thrown out. So what do you have left? Intentional infliction of emotional distress. I believe that might be what you have left. But what at the end of the day do you have left? Nothing. We're basically going to be going to court to basically hear testimony and learn how much you're going to have to pay Cardi B. You have nothing left. What does she have left worth fighting for? If I was Tasha K, I would throw my hat in and say, bitch, let's just settle. How much do you want? I'll take the videos down and go on about my business. Because it's just not worth it. But I guess she said, bitch, I done went this far. I might as well fucking go the long haul. I might as well finish it. I might as well just finish it out. Go out with a bang. But shit, I would have just said, it's nothing left to fight for. You just wasted money at this point. But that's how people that don't want to admit that they're wrong, when you've put your foot in your mouth in front of everyone on YouTube, when you've lied and you've pretended to be that one, you pretended to be the queen of YouTube, and you got it all under control. That's why you can't back out. Because if you back out now, you're going to look like a failure. But when we all know that you're a failure. Tasha K, newsflash, we all know you're a motherfucking failure. We all know that you've lost. You're just the only one that hasn't realized it. We all have realized that you're a failure. We all have realized that you've lost. We all have realized that you have lost your momentum. Your channel is at a standstill. It's not growing. The views are down. We all realize this. It is not too late to back out. No one would hold it against you. As a matter of fact, people would applaud you. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. About time you woke up, bitch. High five. About time your ass woke up. We were waiting on you to see the light. Come to the light, Carol Ann. Come to the light. About time your ass woke up. We would not hold it against you. I don't even think the winos would hold it against you at this point. They like, girl, it's time to give it up. Time to give it up. But now let's just see, what does Tasha K's motion in limine? What is her motion in limine? What does she want to be not entered as admissible? She doesn't want certain things to be admissible. And I'm like, well, what are you fighting? What are you fighting? At this point, Cardi B could say anything. So here comes now Defendant Kibi. The matters set forth below are inadmissible, and asserting them in any way, directly or indirectly, before the jury would be improper and unfairly prejudicial. These are the types of matters that, once asserted or inferred, would cause irreparable harm to defendants and could not be corrected by an objection, a curative instruction, or even an admonition by the court. This motion is brought to avoid the need to object before the jury, which could be perceived by the jurors as an effort to hide information, even if the objection is sustained. Accordingly, a motion in limine is proper to prevent such irrelevant and unfairly prejudicial information from coming before the jury. Defendants respectfully move this court for an order in limine prohibiting all parties, counsel, and witnesses from testifying, suggesting, referencing, arguing, or commenting upon the following matters in the presence of any prospective or actual jurors. Now, suggestions or implications that Kibi is involved in illegal activities and that Kibi Studios was formed as an alter ego or business conduit for Kibi's illegal activities. Oh my God. Tasha, you fucking tried it, bitch. Now, who the fuck said anywhere in any of these court documents since we have been following this case that your ass was involved in any illegal activities? And that Kibi Studios was formed as an alter ego or business conduit for your illegal activities. Girl, you motherfucking tried it. Tasha K's lawyers have actually said suggestions or implications that Kibi is involved in illegal activities and that Kibi Studios was formed as an alter ego, Sasha Fierce, bitch, or business conduit for Kibi's illegal activities. Bitch, I'm trying to figure out where and when did Cardi B's team ever say that you took part in illegal activities and that Kibi Studios was formed to cover up for your illegal activities. Defendants seek to exclude any evidence, testimony, questions, argument, or comments indicating or otherwise suggesting that Kibi's purpose in forming Kibi Studios was to create an alter ego that would shield Kibi from criminal and civil liabilities. Defendants anticipate that plaintiff will attempt to improperly suggest that Kibi is involved in tax evasion because she has not paid any taxes on Kibi Studios' income, despite the fact that such a suggestion is completely false and wholly irrelevant to this case. Defendants object to such blatant conjecture for several reasons. Wait a minute, honey. I need you to rewind that, boo. Are you telling on yourself you did not pay any taxes on Kibi Studios? Defendants anticipate. So Tasha's saying that they anticipate that Cardi B will attempt to improperly suggest that Kibi is involved in tax evasion because she has not paid any taxes on Kibi Studios' income. Well, how does Cardi B know that you have not paid any taxes on Kibi Studios' income? How does she know that? First, plaintiff is relying solely on speculation of plaintiff's counsel, who initially made these uncorroborated allegations in plaintiff's second amended complaint and has repeated them during Kibi's deposition and while drafting the parties' consolidated pretrial order. There is no evidence in the record to support plaintiff's unfounded accusations because they are simply not true. So Cardi B's team is alleging that Tasha K has not paid any taxes on Kibi Studios. She's somehow involved in tax evasion because she has not paid any taxes on Kibi Studios' income. So Kibi Studios' income would be YouTube money. It would be money you make from YouTube. It would be the Pangea money. It would be advertisement money. Whatever money you're making off of Kibi Studios, if you are not paying taxes on that, you have to fill out a 1099. You got to fill out tax forms, and you have to pay money back to the IRS at the end of the year. So there must be some information that Cardi B's team has uncovered. And Tasha K says she does not want that to be admissible because it could prejudice the jurors against her. It could mislead the jury regarding Kibi's overall character and unduly prejudice the jury. Consequently, it should be precluded. Kibi's prior arrests and criminal history. Defendant seeks to exclude any evidence, testimony, questions, argument, or comments about Kibi's prior arrests and criminal history as impermissible character evidence that could only be introduced by plaintiff for an improper purpose. The general character of the parties, and especially their conduct in other transactions, are irrelevant matter. Such evidence has no probative value. It's unnecessarily harmful to the defendants as well as the integrity of the trial and serves only to inflame the jury's prejudices. Tasha K said, bitch, my criminal background has nothing to do with this case. I'm going to let y'all sit right there and think about that picture and that photo of Tasha K. So, honey, Tasha said she do not want her goddamn record to be called into question. I don't need my prior arrests and criminal history to be entered in as evidence. I don't need these motherfuckers talking about my criminal motherfucking background. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Not a motherfucking thing. Not a motherfucking thing. Child, why not? I want y'all, let me know in the chat. Do you guys think that should be inadmissible? Don't you think the jury should know what type of person we're dealing with? Shouldn't the jury know your character, what you have done in the past, what you're liable to do to a motherfucker, that you will stalk a motherfucker? I think that's a character, that's a judge of character. We need to know what we're dealing with. We need to know what you've done in the past. I think that should absolutely be admissible. Because it speaks to the type of person you are. And it says, well, no wonder why you took that shit this far. Because you don't know when to quit. You don't know when to stop. So I think that absolutely the criminal background, the prior arrests, and honey, they didn't just say the prior arrest. They said the prior arrests with an S. That means multiple. The prior arrests with an S. Honey. They also said evidence of other claims or lawsuits. Defendants seek to exclude any evidence, testimony, questions, argument, or comments related to any other claims or lawsuits involving Kibi Studios, or both. Evidence of other claims or lawsuits is totally irrelevant and immaterial, would mislead the jury and confuse the issues, and should be excluded from trial. Additionally, such evidence has no probative value, yet is highly prejudicial to the defendants because it misleads the jury into believing that defendants committed a wrongful act or omission in the present case merely because they were the subject of other unrelated claims or lawsuits. Defendants anticipate that plaintiff will attempt to introduce evidence of other cease and desist letters, citing defamation that Kibi has received from unrelated third parties. Those letters are merely unsubstantiated allegations, which are irrelevant and have no bearing on the issues in the present case. Well, goddamn, bitch, who else is suing Tasha K? Who else is suing Tasha K? And what other cease and desist letters does Cardi B and her team have? There must be someone else and other people that are suing Tasha K or have sent her cease and desist letters, and Cardi B's attorney has somehow managed to get her hands on those cease and desist letters, because Tasha K says they anticipate that plaintiff will attempt to introduce evidence of other cease and desist letters, citing defamation. She's received them from other third parties. Who else could possibly be suing Tasha K? Discussions or offers regarding possible compromise. Defendants seek to exclude any evidence, testimony, questions, argument, or comments about discussions or offers regarding possible compromise or settlement, including email correspondence between Kibi and Cardi B's counsel while Kibi was pro se, communications by or among the parties or their representatives regarding possible settlement or compromise are not admissible as evidence. So when they were discussing a possible compromise behind the scenes, emailing communications back and forth about possibly settling out of court, Tasha K does not want that to be made admissible. She doesn't want those discussions to be shown to the jury. Mention of Kibi's counterclaims up, but before we go to that, I thought they were not settling. I thought they never had those type of conversations. So now we've caught Tasha K in yet another lie. I thought that there had not been any discussions of settlement. I thought the judge did not encourage them to settle behind the scenes. We have caught Tasha K in yet another lie. Apparently, they have been talking about settling behind the scenes. There have been conversations about settlement or compromise in the past. So Tasha doesn't even want people to know about that. She doesn't want the jury to know about that, because you know what they're going to say? They're going to look and say, bitch, why didn't you take this settlement? Why didn't you compromise? Why didn't you take this compromise? Why did you bring this all the way to court? Because we about to rule in Cardi B's favor. You know you done fucked up. You know you fucked up, right? They're going to look at her and say, you know you done fucked up, don't you? You know you fucked up, right? They're going to look at the, what? What the? That's what they're going to look at. I know you fucking lying. Mention of Kibi's counterclaims. She doesn't even want her counterclaims to be mentioned. Bitch, I know you fucking lying. Mention of Kibi's counterclaims. Defendants seek to exclude any evidence, testimony, questions, argument, or comments about Kibi's counterclaims, which are now dismissed because they are irrelevant and immaterial to this case. How the hell are your girl? I keep telling y'all, what does Tasha K have left? She don't even want her own counterclaims to be mentioned. What do you have left? Tasha K, what can they mention? If they don't mention that trumped up ass charges that you tried to put on Cardi B, them trumped up ass allegations that you tried to put on Cardi B, you don't want them mentioned? Well, what the fuck can they mention? What can they mention? At this point, I don't even know if they're going to, what are they going to talk about as it pertains to Tasha? What are they going to talk about? Such evidence has absolutely no probative value and would result in unfair prejudice to defendants by misleading the jury, confusing the issues, and wasting time. Now, see, at this point, this is when I start questioning Sadir and Olga. How would her counterclaims, mentioning of her counterclaims, be prejudice and mislead the jury? How would it confuse the issues and waste time? Oh, because you wasted the court's time with this lawsuit in the first place when you should have just settled out of court. Now you admit that your own counterclaim is a waste of motherfucking time. I know you motherfucking lie. I know you lying. You are admitting that your own counterclaim is a goddamn waste of time. Evidence pertaining to Star Marie. Anything about her, they want it to be not admissible. It's no sense of even reading all of that because we understand what it is. Evidence pertaining to Star Marie Jones, it should not be admissible because she was dropped from the lawsuit. She did like Tasha K should have did. Got ghosts, live her life, and stop talking about Cardi B. That's what the fuck Tasha K should have did. Got ghosts, live her life, and took the fucking videos down and stopped talking about Cardi B. But we all know Tasha K had no other content. She was not relevant any other way. Anytime she's seeking relevance, she inserts Cardi B into her videos, into her content. She should have did the same goddamn thing that Star Marie did. Stop talking about Cardi B. So because she's not a part of this case no more, there's no reason to mention her. No reason. Personal experiences or beliefs of plaintiff's counsel. Defendants seek to exclude any comment, reference, or suggestion by plaintiff's counsel as to their personal experiences or beliefs. The experiences of plaintiff's counsel are not evidence in this case and should not be used in an improper attempt to influence the jury. A lawyer's statements which interject personal beliefs into the presentation of a case are improper and should be excluded. So they are saying before they can even, because this has to do with objections as well. So during the trial, if the lawyer were to say something while they're questioning or cross-examining a witness or directly examining a witness, and they interject their personal belief or opinion, Tasha K's attorney could stand up and say, "Objection, Your Honor." So before even doing that, they are letting it be known they are not allowing any personal experiences or beliefs to be interjected during, cross-examination or direct examination. Lawyer as a witness. Defendants seek a ruling prohibited plaintiff's counsel from testifying as a witness during this trial. Specifically, defendants seek to preclude Lisa Moore from providing any testimony regarding the alleged medical records which are addressed in paragraph 11 below. Additionally, defendants seek to preclude Sarah Matz from providing any testimony regarding the results of a Google search she conducted years after Kibi to disprove Kibi's testimony regarding her Google search results. Said testimony is mere speculation and is irrelevant and inadmissible and will only mislead the jury and unduly prejudice the defendants. Now, there must be some type of Google search, some type of shit that Tasha trying to cover up that she done did, some silly shit that she done fucked up, and she's trying to cover herself ahead of time. That's basically what the fuck that said. It's just like a mess. If you notice, Tasha K's attorneys, they put forth a whole bunch of nothing. They want all this shit as non-admissible, as they can't testify. Now you're saying the lawyers, you don't want them to testify to this, to that. Any little thing that has been mentioned or said, they are trying to get it stricken from the record, get it deemed as inadmissible. What are you going to talk about? Proving the contents of writings, recordings, or photographs. Defendants seek to exclude any evidence, testimony, questions, argument, or comments that the plaintiff attempts to introduce to prove the content of a writing, recording, or photograph in lieu of introducing said writing, recording, or photograph. Videos, pictures, screenshots, and copies of social media posts make up the bulk of the evidence in this case. Based on discussions with plaintiff's counsel, defendants anticipate that plaintiff will attempt to elicit testimony regarding specific statements Kibi made in her videos and published on her social media platforms, instead of playing the actual videos or introducing copies of Kibi's social media posts. Defendants object to plaintiff's position for several reasons. First, Georgia law states that to determine whether an allegedly defamatory statement constitutes an actionable statement of fact, the statement must be examined in its totality in the context in which it was uttered or published. In order to derive the meaning of the statement, a court can look to the surrounding phrases. If an opinion is based upon facts already disclosed in the communication, the expression of the opinion implies nothing other than the speaker's subjective interpretation of the facts, and the opinion is not actionable. Second, the federal rules of evidence state that if a party introduces all or part of a writing or recorded statement, an adverse party may require the introduction at that time. Third, plaintiff has the burden of proof in this case, so there is no legitimate reason for plaintiff to shy away from introducing evidence in accordance with the federal rules of evidence in Georgia law. Most importantly, the federal rules of evidence mandate that plaintiff introduced the original writing, recording, or photograph. So basically what Tasha and them are saying here is that they want the original context in which Tasha K may have said, everybody knows where the fuck I live, and ain't a motherfucker came to see me yet. Everybody know I live in Lawrenceville. Fuck a motherfucker Cardi B. Fuck a herpes B. Herpes simplex B. She is saying that y'all can't say that at third party. You have to show the exact video. You need to bring that in as evidence. You cannot communicate this to the jury yourself. You can't repeat what I said. You have to show the actual footage. I don't think they're going to have a problem doing that. I don't think they're going to have a problem doing that. I'm pretty sure they have screenshots. I'm pretty sure they have the recordings. I'm pretty sure they have the proof of you saying these things. Medical opinion by lay witnesses. Defendants seek to exclude evidence of medical opinion by lay witnesses. Lay witnesses include plaintiff, can only testify and render opinions as to matters within the knowledge of ordinary people. The diagnosis of medical conditions, injuries, or the question of how a medical condition may impact one's health and lifespan are essentially medical questions that should be established by physicians as expert witnesses and not by laymen. Therefore, testimony such as medical conditions or opinions cannot be rendered by a lay witness. Defendants anticipate that plaintiff will attempt to testify regarding the cause of her psychological diagnosis and treatment with Dr. Sherry Blake, as well as the results of medical screenings that plaintiff allegedly underwent at UCLA Medical Center. Such testimony amounts to a medical opinion which plaintiff is not competent to give. Additionally, such testimony is based entirely on statements made to plaintiff by her doctors, which constitutes hearsay. Honey, I'm pretty sure that the medical screenings and the results that were done at UCLA Medical Center, they have those documents as well, and they will be submitted as evidence and proof that Cardi B does not have HPV or herpes. I am pretty sure that Dr. Sherry Blake's diagnosis of the psychological situation that Cardi B allegedly is under and the treatment that Dr. Sherry Blake gave her, I'm pretty sure it is documented. So I'm pretty sure this will not be hearsay or third party. Pretty sure that they have the medical records. And even the introduction of medical records, she is saying should not be admissible. Defendants seek to exclude any evidence, testimony, questions, argument, or comments regarding certain documents that allegedly contain results of plaintiff's medical screenings. Defendants object to the documents for several reasons. First, these documents contain two different names, Elizabeth Chambers and Bonnie Crown. Neither of those names belong to the plaintiff, whose name is Belcalis Almazar. Additionally, plaintiff failed to provide any proof or evidence that she has ever gone by either of those names. Plaintiff cannot prove Plaintiff cannot prove that the documents are authentic. Second, each document consists of only one page, which means these are incomplete records, and plaintiff has failed to provide the missing portions, despite numerous requests by defendants that plaintiff do so. I'm not even going to finish reading this. This is atrocious, Tasha K, that you would even attempt. First of all, if the documents have two different names on them, it could be medical, like MAs or medical assistants, usually on medical notes or documents that are put forth from the clinic, or I work in a cardiology office, and on those progress notes that show what the patient was treated for or what they came there for that day, they list the name of the doctor or the name of the person that treated you, or even the name of the front desk person. So that name that is on there, it could be an alias because they don't want the people to know that it was Cardi B. It could be an assistant's name, just so that anyone looking on the outside of those documents would not know that it was Cardi B, so that it wouldn't get out to the media. I'm pretty sure that the additional records will be entered into court. There is no way that Cardi B and her team would put forth fake documents or use somebody else's medical records. There is no way that she would do something like that with the type of lawyers she got. Cardi B got high-priced lawyers sitting on Madison Avenue, sitting downtown New York. They have prestigious backgrounds. They would not put their careers in jeopardy for Cardi B. They would not introduce fake records. Why would you want the records thrown out and labeled inadmissible? They have to be admissible. The medical records have to show that she didn't have HPV, that she didn't have... Throw the whole goddamn case away. Tasha said, throw the whole shit away. Bitch, we made a mistake. We made a mistake. We know you don't have herpes, bitch. I know you don't got it. Damn it, Cardi! I know you don't got it. God damn it. Shit! Why you let me do this shit? Why you let me do this shit? I know the bitch ain't got herpes. I know. We don't want this shit in there. Oh, God. Bitch, I'ma fire your fucking ass. I'ma fire you, bitch. I knew I shouldn't have hired you. I knew I shouldn't have took your ass down there. What the fuck you been paying you to do? You got me in all this shit. I owe all this fucking money. I'm gonna be broke, bitch. I owe all this money. And meanwhile, Cardi like, she out there partying for her birthday, bitch. She said, bitch, they over there in the Dominican Republic with that rental property. Hey, arriba, la gira pacata. Danga langa la landa la balala la kunda bandale la cheese la balala. Hey, candalinga la bambala la kinda bunda la kila la ba. Hey, kala la kata. God damn it! I don't know what we're gonna eat tonight. What the fuck? Get the fucking peanut butter and jelly. Ain't nobody eating shit. I ain't got shit. We don't got no motherfucking money. We can't order no fucking DoorDash. I don't have no fucking money. We don't get paid from YouTube. We already got the money. Shit. We only get paid once a month. Shit. Shit. Why the fuck you ain't do this? Why you tell me to do this shit? How much money we got in the bank, bitch? Shit! Go on down there and get a loan. God damn it. What happened to the PPP? What happened to the PPP money? We didn't get the PPP. Shit! Hey! Offset on the motherfucker. And they just keep watching Offset over and over. Baby, I done bought you all the jewels, cars, anything in the world, baby. But now, I done bought you a motherfucking house in the Dominican. We rich, baby, we rich. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Is that mine? Kocha, look at your house. Oh, look what you dolly bought, mommy. Child, meanwhile, Tasha back there crying her motherfucking, oh my God, what the fuck am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Okay, think, bitch, think. Okay. I could go to Patreon. I could charge. Okay. I could charge $4.99, and if I get 1,000 people with $4.99, how much is that? Shit, how much is $4.99 times 1,000? How much is $4.99 times 1,000? Shit. Hey, shit, Cardi B out there partying, shit, Armand, she had Armand Wiggins over there in that motherfucker. Get in here, everybody get in here. Tasha was she was somewhere punching at the air. What the fuck is Armand doing? Don't ask me about my motherfucking shit. What the fuck is Armand doing at that motherfucking party? What the fuck is Armand doing there? You see this shit? Storm, they didn't invite you. What the fuck is Armand doing at that motherfucking shit? Storm, you ain't get a motherfucking, go light them fucking candles. Go light them fucking candles. You ain't get invited to the motherfucking party. Go light them fucking candles. Why the fuck they didn't invite you, Storm? Oh my God, Armand was with Cardi B. Armand was with Cardi B. Oh my God. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't nobody talk to me. Don't nobody talk to me. I'm about to jump off the motherfucking bridge. Armand was my mother. And Lovely T, they always, oh my God, I'm done. Lovely T, Jason Lee, and Armand, I'm fucking done. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I did all I could do. Fuck you, Tim. Child. Tasha K was somewhere punching the motherfucking air. Oh, fuck you, Tim. Fuck it. I gave these people my life. I gave these people my life. She's back there drinking all fucking drunk. I gave these people my motherfucking life. I did. I fucking swear I did. Go. I fucking gave her my life. Go. I was the fucking queen. I had celebrity gossip. My setup was top notch, bitch. Nobody could do it like it. Nikki wanted me to sign a fucking NDA. And I just couldn't. I just didn't want to because my fucking ego. And I should have signed it because I could have went to Queen Radio. Nikki, please. Nikki, please. Please, Nikki. Nikki, please. Take me back. Take me back. I'm sorry. Take me back. I didn't mean it, I swear. I'll sign it. I'll do whatever you want me to do. I'll sign it, please. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Please just let me come to Queen Radio. You're not doing Queen Radio no more. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck, shut. Fuck Nicki Minaj. Fuck that bitch. She said she's not doing Queen Radio no fucking more. Fuck the bitch. Woo! Tasha K. Hey girl, I I know you in the bushes, bitch. All right, now what? Oh my God, she don't even want them reference to motion in limine. She don't even want them to reference this motion in limine. Defendants seek to exclude any comment, suggestion, reference, argument, implication, or innuendo that this motion has been presented to or ruled upon by the court. Defendants move that plaintiff's counsel be instructed not to suggest to the jury directly or indirectly that defendants have sought to exclude any matters relating to this suit. Are you fucking kidding me? So they don't even want, so they just said they want all these things to be inadmissible. And then they come at the very last and say that they don't even want this to be mentioned. So how the fuck are we going to tell the jury what you don't want admissible if they can't mention the motion in limine? If we cannot mention the motion in limine, how the fuck are they going to tell the jury what they do? Oh my God, I'm confused. So you can't reference the motion in limine. So how the fuck are you going to present the motion in limine and all the different things that you want to be not admissible? I'm done with Tasha K and her attorneys. I'm done. I'm done. I'm trying to understand how are you going to report this if you can't reference the motion in limine, child? Oh God, Tasha. Well, we've seen the fuckery and the foolery, child. Well, now let's take a look and see who is on the witness list. Let's see if we can see who is on the witness list. All right. So this is Cardi B's witness list. Y'all had to excuse me. I had to drink. I had to take a little drink. Had to take a little drink of juice and eat me a little chicken nugget, a little Chick-fil-A nugget real quick. All right. Plaintiff will have the following witnesses present at trial. So, BMA, we call that Cardi B, we call her BMA because that name, Becalis Marlenis Almazar. Care of plaintiff's attorney, her doctor, Dr. Sherry L. Blake. Now, Blake provided therapeutic coaching to plaintiff during the weekend of November 1st, 2018. And she subsequent, oh my God. Subsequently. Why can't, I'm tongue-tied. Do you know how many, you hear my daughter back here coach me. You know how many documents I done read? And she and she subsequently provided psychotherapy to plaintiff in November 2020. During these sessions, plaintiff described being embarrassed, stressed, and humiliated as a result of ongoing personal and false attacks made by the plaintiffs. Now, see, this is serious right here, because this is what the people say. They don't understand what is she feeling emotionally stressed, and how can someone cause you anxiety? When you're dealing with social media and you have someone like Tasha K that has thousands of crazy ass winos, and they will drag you for her and they will stalk you, this shit will drive you crazy. It will drive you insane. And when Cardi B had her sessions with her psychotherapist, she described herself as being embarrassed, stressed, and humiliated as a result of ongoing personal and false attacks made by the defendant. Of course, you can feel humiliated, because they're speaking lies against you, saying that you got herpes, you got HPV, your man cheating on you, that's her with that beer bottle. Like, that is very humiliating, and it will cause you stress. She reported difficulty sleeping, or alternatively sleeping too much, decreased appetite, anxiousness, loss of interest in activities, including working. And she can't not work. She has her career. She can't, not feel the need to work. That is her career. Decreased appetite, anxiousness, loss of interest in activities, including working, and feelings of helplessness and hopelessness. In her professional opinion, and based on her treatment of plaintiff, the witness is expected to testify that plaintiff has suffered emotional distress, depression, and anxiety stemming from the statements made by defendants that form the basis of plaintiff's claims in this proceeding. So her doctor is intending to be a witness for her and take the stand and testify that Cardi B was feeling all these things and that she treated her for psychotherapy. So the therapist is going to testify. Plaintiff intends to subpoena or present the testimony of the following witnesses by other means if they are not brought to trial by defendants. Defendant LaTasha Transrini Kibi, their attorneys, Shek Kibi, co-defendants' attorneys. So she is going to be presenting testimony of Shek and Transrini's attorneys. Plaintiff may call the following witnesses at trial: her attorney, Lisa F. Moore, Sarah M. Matz, Dr. Tamara Grisales, Center for Women's Pelvic Health at UCLA. She is going to be speaking on behalf of the medical records. She will be probably speaking on the herpes and HPV. She will be named on the plaintiff's medical records, so she could be a possible witness. Olga and Sadir, to the extent necessary to authenticate reports generated by defendant's attorneys. Any other witness necessary to authenticate or lay a foundation for the admission of documentary evidence. Any witness identified by the defendants, plaintiff reserves the right to call impeachment and rebuttal witnesses as necessary. So that is Cardi B's witness list. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Auntie Niecy said, Sweet Pea, I bet she jumped out the window when she saw Lovely T at that party, right? Child, I call her Trans Reenie. I know her name is Trans Rena. I call her Trans Reenie. I call her Trans Reenie. Now, here is Tasha K's witness list. Here goes the defendant's witness list. Defendants will have the following witnesses at trial. Tasha K. Defendants may have the following witnesses at trial. Bacalus Marlenus Almazar and Shakna Kibi. That's it. Anybody? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Anybody standing for Tasha K? Going once. Going twice. Going 2.5. 2 3/4. 2, and we're going to get to 3 in a minute. 3. Anybody else here for Transrini? Bitch, I'm going to come sauntering down the hallway with my flip-flop. I'm here. I'm here, right here. Here I go. Sweet Pea Diaries, YouTube. Right here, Sweet Pea Diaries, YouTube. Oh, she ain't got me on the list? Fuck it then. I was going to try to help your black ass. Fuck it too. Fuck you too, bitch. You ain't got, I thought you was going to subpoena Sean in Armand. Where is daytime tea time? And where is Lovely Tea? Child. Tasha, you are the defendant. How are you your own witness? How are you going to have yourself as a witness? Tasha, you said that Kibi Studios is not an alter ego. It was not created for alter ego. So how are you going to question yourself? You done just got caught in another motherfucking lie. You done put yourself on the stand. You cannot be a witness. You're the defendant. I know she could be a witness. I'm just laughing because we already know you're going to testify. Now, I don't know if it should be in your best interest to testify. Because you might get up there and say, you know what? You know, James, I was just motherfucking playing. I didn't really mean to call that bitch a herpes B. I was just motherfucking playing. I was just motherfucking playing. They're going to say, how are you the witness and the defendant? And I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is Shaq going to get up there and say? KB. Her real name is Transrena. I know you lied. I'm done. Yes, that is her middle name. Her middle name is Transrena. Child, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is Shaq going. You and Shaq gonna have to practice. Shaq! Get your ass in here so we can practice this shit. Get your ass in here so we can practice. Okay, Tasha. Shit, bitch. I was fucking watching my motherfucking porn, bitch. Ain't nobody tell you to do this shit. Okay, Tasha. Shit. Now what you want me to say? Now, Shaq, now remember, when we go in here, You tell these motherfuckers that you do all the videos. Well, Tasha, I told you to leave Cardi B alone. And Tasha, I told you to leave Cardi B alone. I told you, Tasha, to leave Cardi B alone. When the fuck you tell me that? When did you tell me that shit? I told you I did not know nothing about this shit. I just wanted to make videos. I just wanted to fucking make videos. Tasha, calm your fucking ass down. Now, I'm not going to have this Halloween in my house. Well, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know shit about a fucking interrogatory. I don't know shit about it. Tasha, I told you to leave Cardi B alone. I told you to leave Cardi B alone. You just saying that shit because you like that bitch. You think she's pretty, don't you? Don't you? You think she's pretty, don't you? You can say it, bitch. You can fucking say it. Go ahead. I'll slap the shit out you. Watch I slap the shit out you. You would say it. I'ma slap the shit out you too. Tasha, Natasha, there has nothing to do with it. I told you to leave Cardi B alone. 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 You just like that bitch because she's light-skinned, don't you? You like that bitch. I know you think she's sexy. You be looking at her titties. I know you do, bitch. I asked you, did you want some cookie? I said, you want some cookie? You want some cookie? You want some cookie? And you said no in front of everybody. Well, Tasha, you should not ask me. You should not ask me. You know I don't fuck you. You should not ask me. You know I don't fuck you. You know I don't fuck you. You should not ask me. You should not ever ask me. You ask me, you put me on the spot. You know I don't fuck you. I told you to leave Cardi B alone. I told you, leave Cardi B alone. We don't have any money to be fucking with Cardi B. I told you to leave Cardi B alone. Oh my God, child. Cardi B. Cardi B is going to win this lawsuit. I don't see what the fuck, Tasha. She don't got no goddamn witnesses. This bitch, you ain't got nobody you can call. What about these people that you said sent these emails? This Roshan and the Camellia person. I guess they could even tell that those was fake names. They said, girl, stop. You fucking tried it. You fucking tried it. But yeah, you guys, that's the witness list. You know, yeah, it's looking desolate. Hello. They gonna come out. Who's out here for Tasha? All witnesses rise for Tasha K. Ain't nobody gonna be out there, bitch. I'm gonna come down the hall with my flip-flop. I'm right here. Here I go. Wait. Don't. I'm right here. Here I go. It's Sweet Pea Diaries. Right here. It's Sweet Pea. Tasha, girl, I got you. I got you, girl. It's Sweet Pea. They're going to say, who is out here Tasha K. Right here, Sweet Pea. It's Sweet Pea Diaries. I got you, girl. Yeah, Tasha K, I got you. Yeah, girl, I got you. Yeah, right. She could call Storm. Storm, light up them fucking candles, bitch. Light them fucking candles. I thought you went to fucking Khloe and Kardashian, that fucking, the Lisa lady. I thought you went over there with motherfucking the Kardashians. I thought they put you down with the candles. What happened? What happened with the candles? What happened with the candles? Shit, you got Storm over there flicking the motherfucking lighter. Tasha, I'm trying. They only work for me. They only work for me. Just steady lighting the matches. Ain't gonna be shit you can do, bitch. Here I go. I'm coming down the hallway. Then I'm gonna start running. They're gonna say, listen, lady, come on. It's almost time. Here I come. Here I come. I'm right here, girl. Here, I got you. I got you, girl. I got you. It's me, Sweet Pea. Oh, God. I am not fucking with y'all. But we told Tasha to hang that shit up. We told her to hang it up. So, as we can see, like I told you guys, they want all content published and unpublished from April 13th to June 13th, 2021, June 14th to August 14th of 2021, and August 15th to October 20th of 2021. Up into last week, bitch. They want content published and unpublished. So it's not looking too good for Tasha K. In my humble opinion, Tasha K is going to have to pay Cardi B a significant amount of money. It is going to be at least $75,000 and more. It will be at least $75K. And the videos that Cardi B wants to come down will be coming down, which is why Tasha K has started moving her, her stuff to her website. I'm being told that she now has some kind of goddamn website that she has since started moving material over, and she's putting her interviews. I mean, Young Pharaoh wants to sue her because he said, you didn't say that you were going to be making money off of this interview. I was going to let you put it up on YouTube, bitch, and you can get that little cute coin off of YouTube. But when you start trying to make money off me, you're trying to put some shit on a website like me. I'm the only motherfucker can do a website. Now, when you start trying to put the you need to run me that. I need some of that coin. And as he should, because you never do business with a person and not divulge to them what your entire intention is. You don't just let them think that it's just going to be put up on YouTube. And even Patreon, because Patreon is another subscription service. It is not ads by Google or anything like that. It is a subscription service. So all of the proceeds comes to me. That money is mine. You're paying for my content. So if you got Young Pharaoh on your internet, your site, that's not his site. That's your site. So he need to ran some of that check. Yes, absolutely. Because he's on your site. All right. So yeah, Cardi B and Tasha K, looks like we are running down to the home stretch. We are it is winding down. This case is going to be winding up. November 8th is jury selection, and November 9th is when the trial actually starts. It will be in person. It will be a jury trial. It will be at the courthouse. It will not be via Zoom. Oh, and there was one more. I almost forgot. See, I was going to get, y'all, we had so many kikis and so many laughs that we almost forgot the god darn questions that the jury will be asked when they are doing the jury selection. Yes, let me get that for you. This will be the questions that the jurors will be asked. All right, here we go. The first set of questions. Okay. Is there anyone here who is not a U.S. citizen? Is there anyone who is not at least 18 years old? Is there anyone who is over 70 years old? Honey, they do not want you to be over 70 years old. They don't want you to fall out. Is there anyone who does not live in Cherokee, Clayton, Cobb, DeKalb, Douglas, Fulton, Gwinnett, Henry, Newton, or Rockdale County? Over the last year, has anyone primarily resided in a county other than Cherokee, Clayton, Cobb, DeKalb, Douglas, Fulton, Gwinnett, Henry, Newton, or Rockdale? Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language? Is anyone unable to speak the English language? Has anyone been convicted of a felony crime for which their civil rights have not been legally restored? Does anyone currently face a felony charge punishable by imprisonment for more than 1 year? Is anyone currently an active member of the U.S. Armed Forces? Is anyone currently an active member of any fire or police department? Does anyone currently hold public office in the executive, legislative, or judicial branch of government? This trial is expected to last for X amount of days. Is there anything about the length of scheduling of the trial that would interfere with your ability to serve? They don't have in here, whether or not how long it's going to last. So it just said blank. Do you have any medical, personal, or financial problem that would prevent you from serving on this jury? Is there anyone who has any special disability or problem that would make serving as a member of this jury difficult or impossible? Is anyone here a primary care provider for a child, elderly person, or anyone with a physical or mental disability that would impair your ability to sit on the jury? Does anyone hold any belief, religious or otherwise, which discourages or prevents jury service? Do you personally or have you had any interaction with Cardi B? Do you know any employees or representatives of Cardi B? Do you know anyone who has done work for or work with Cardi B? Do you know personally or have you had any interaction with Tasha K or her husband, Shek K? Have you had any personal or business interaction with K Studios? Bitch, do you know K Studios? Have you ever been in Tasha K's basement? K Studios. Cha. Auntie Nisi said, Cardi somewhere eating crabs in the DR. I know that's right. Do you know anyone who has done work for or work with Defendant Tasha K or Defendant or K Studios? Story Misha. Wiley. Wild Eye Wiley. Where are you? They calling y'all. Y'all ain't gonna be able to be on that jury. Stormisha and Wiley. Child, do you know personally or have you had any interaction with Dr. Sherry Blake? Do you know personally or have you had any interaction with Star Marie Jones? Do you know personally or have you had any interaction with the plaintiff's attorney, Lisa Moore? Do you know personally or have you ever had any interaction with plaintiff's attorney, Andrew Pignott? Do you know personally or have you had any interaction with or any other attorneys or employees at Moore and Pignott? Do you know personally or have you had any interaction with Sarah Matz? Do you know personally or have you had any interaction with the plaintiff's attorney, Gary Aldman? Do you know personally or have you had any interaction with any other attorneys or employees at Alderman Matz PC? Do you know personally or have you had any interaction with Sadir Sabak? Do you know personally or have you had any interaction with Olga? Bitch, who knows Sadir and Olga? And I bet you it's going to be some people in that Atlanta that say, I know them motherfuckers. I lost a case. They got me locked up. Somebody going to jump up and say, I know Olga and Sadir. I went to jail behind them motherfuckers. Alice said, are you a wino? Child, they're going to jump up and say, I know Sadir and Olga. That bitch got me locked up. Do you know personally or have you had any interaction with the attorneys or employees at Sabak and Ismailova? Yes. Them bitches is cheap. I paid $14.99 and I lost my case. Do you know anything about this case from any source other than what I've told you? Yup, it's all over YouTube. I know everything about this case. Cardi B and Tasha K, they've been locked in this lawsuit for 3 years, Your Honor. If you are selected to sit on this case, will you be able to render a verdict solely on the evidence presented at the trial and in context of the law, as I will give it to you in my instructions, disregarding any other ideas, notions, or beliefs about the law that you may have previously encountered? Has anyone been disqualified from serving on a jury before? Child, I don't know how they expect to get any jury together that don't know Cardi B, Tasha K, or don't know about this case. I mean, they might be able to, though, because not everybody is on YouTube. I mean, they didn't say that you don't have to not know them, you know. You, of course you know Cardi B, but do you know about this case? So I'm pretty sure they'll be able to put together a jury because, you know, they'll get middle-aged white women. They'll get middle-aged black women that are housewives or that are business women, like I said before, that don't watch YouTube, don't know anything about what's going on YouTube. So they will be able to put together a jury. They'll be able to put together a jury. All right, now let's see. What is this one? Oh, and so this is the other more questions that they asked the jury. So this is what the plaintiffs, these are the questions that they want to ask the jury. Do any of you know anyone else sitting around you? How many of you know Judge Ray or anyone else in the courtroom? Does anyone have strong feelings about people or companies who bring lawsuits? Do you belong to any social, civil, political, or religious organizations? Describe your educational background. Have you or a close friend or relative ever been trained or employed in the law enforcement, or a law-related field? In other words, have you or a close friend or relative ever been trained or employed as a law clerk, paralegal, judge, legal secretary, lawyer, or court employee? Been trained or employed as a law enforcement, corrections, security, parole, or probation officer or investigator? been trained or employed in the insurance business, or as an accident, health, or claims investigator or adjuster, or studied the law, criminology, forensic science, or any similar field of study, or worked in a related occupation not already identified. Would anyone here accept or reject any part of the testimony of a witness solely because the witness's area of expertise is psychology? Have you or a close friend or relative been trained in the field of psychology? Have you or any family member or close personal friend ever filed a claim or a lawsuit of any kind? Has anyone ever filed a claim or lawsuit against you or a member of your family or a close friend? Have you ever served on a jury or appeared as a witness at a trial before? If so, please answer. What kind of case, where, and when? If you served on a jury, did the jury reach a verdict? Were you the foreperson of the jury? Have you ever served on a grand jury before? If so, in what court? Do you have strong feelings about celebrities? Are you or a close friend or family member in the entertainment industry? Are you or a close friend or family member a blogger or a social media personality? Which social media platforms do you use regularly? Do you follow any celebrity gossip accounts on social media? Which ones? Does anyone follow Defendant Tasha K on social media? See, now this is what I was leaning towards. Like, how would they know about social media? How would they know if the jurors are into social media, if they watch? So this is great that Cardi B's attorneys, these are the questions that they would be asking their potential jurors. So they are going to ask these questions, and they will pick from, the list of people, and they'll look at their answers, and then they will pick which ones they want. So they're asking, do you know anything about Tasha? You know anything about celebrity gossip? How you feel about celebrities? Have you ever followed or viewed any of the Unwind with Tasha K accounts? Are there any cases now or in the past involving celebrities that you have followed with interest? Do you have strong feelings against rap music or artists who perform this genre of music? Are you or have you ever been an erotic dancer? Do you think it is important to tell the truth? Do you think it is important that others tell the truth? Have you ever been harassed online or cyberbullied? Have you ever been publicly portrayed in a manner that was untrue or misleading, or accused of doing something that you did not do? Would your feelings be hurt if someone said something about you that was untrue? Do you believe it is okay to post things on the internet even if they are not true? Do you think people should have a thicker skin when it comes to things said about them online? These are very good questions that they're asking because they want to gauge the prospective juror. How do they feel about people being cyberbullied? They would want someone that doesn't like cyberbullying. They would want someone that doesn't think people should have thick skin online. They should want someone that would be like, no, because you should not be picked on or bullied on. So this line of questioning, I see where Cardi B's team is going with it, because, they're saying we want to see what type of person we're dealing with. So these are great questions, especially what their social media life is like. Do you think people should be held responsible when they do not tell the truth? Does anyone regularly watch the Wendy Williams show? Does anyone follow the rap artist Nicki Minaj on social media? Didn't I tell y'all that they would not want Nicki Minaj fans? I told you that because they would purposely rule against Cardi B. So this is great that they would ask questions like that, because how else would they know what people are intending to do? If they like Nicki Minaj, they're just going to purposely go against Cardi. So I definitely see why they're asking these questions. Would anyone here be reluctant to award damages to plaintiffs solely because of her public persona or because she is perceived as a wealthy celebrity? That's a great question. Would you not want to award her any damages in this case just because you feel like she already got money? She don't need that girl money. She already got money. She might as well just, we're not going to rule in her favor because she already got money. So that is a great question. Would you rule in her favor even though you know she's rich and you know she is wealthy? Is there anything, whether or not covered in the previous questions, that would affect your ability to be fair and impartial, or would in any way be a problem for you in serving on this jury? Is there anything else that you feel is important for the parties in this case to know about you? Now, this is Tasha. Now, look, see, I'm going to tell you, she did not pay for shat. She didn't pay for shit. Cardi B's attorneys had 38 questions that they want to ask potential jurors. Tasha K's attorneys have 16 questions that they want to ask. Does anyone here consider themselves a fan of Cardi B? Does anyone here follow Cardi B on social media? Did anyone here ever watch Cardi B on a show called Love and Hip Hop? Does anyone here listen to Cardi B's music? Do you know any employees that work for Cardi B or the plaintiff's husband Offset or the rap music or the rap group The Migos? Has anyone here ever attended a live event hosted by Dr. Sherry Blake? Do you know any employees of Dr. Sherry Blake? Has anyone ever read a book titled The Single Married Woman? Has anyone here ever read a book titled Care for the Caregiver, Surviving the Emotional Roller Coaster? Does anyone here think they know any of the following people? Dennis Byron, Candace Pelham, Topi Salaja, Neek LeClaire. Does anyone here follow or watch any of the following YouTube channels? Lovely Tea, Daytime Tea Time, Neek at Night. Does anyone here watch YouTube more than 2 to 3 times a week? Does anyone here have strong feelings about bloggers, social media personalities, or people who discuss entertainment news? Does anyone here have strong feelings about independent media, meaning any small media outlet that is not controlled by a large corporation or a government? Does anyone here lack trust and confidence in mainstream media? Has anyone here already formed opinions about the parties or about this case? Yes, I formed an opinion that Tasha K paid for a $14.99 legal defense and she got $14.99 service. They are up against lawyers that are asking intriguing and thought-provoking questions. And they come back with, does anyone watch Lovely Tea or Nick at Night? They come back with, does anyone consider themselves a fan of Cardi B? Does anyone know Cardi B when she was on Love and Hip Hop? Does anyone know the Migos? Does anyone know her husband, Kiara Cephas? I'll be goddamn. Tasha, girl, just go on up there and pay that $75K. Girl. Well, this is what you get. I keep telling you, when you pay $14.99, you're going to get a $14.99 defense when you pay $14.99. Tasha K paid $14.99 for her defense, and that's all the service that she received. I mean, how does Cardi B have 38 questions and they come back with 16? No thought-provoking questions, nothing asking, trying to get into the heart and minds of the jurors, trying to, get a feel for what type of people they are. Does anyone know Cardi B? Does anyone know the Migos? Does anyone watch YouTube 2 to 3 times a week? Does anyone know Nick at Night, Lovely Tea, Daytime Tea Time? Oh, we ain't talking about Armand Wiggins this time or Sean Davy Way. We're not talking about them this time. I just need to know the rationale. I just need to know, what were they thinking? Tasha, why didn't you just settle? I mean, it's still not too late. You might as well just settle and just let it go. Pay Cardi the little $75K, take the videos down, and go on about your life. And this, you would have learned from this situation. You would have learned that you cannot defame people's character. You can't be out here, making videos just for clout, just, clout chasing, just trying to build your brand off of someone's name. This is ridiculous. Just doesn't make sense. Well, that's the end for Tasha 3 times in 3rd grade. Does anyone here notice that Tasha K is moving to a website? Yes, Sam, I am. She's moving to a website because YouTube is definitely not going to be a place for her once she loses in court in November. She's going to have to remove the videos that Cardi B wants down that has those accusations of her having HPV, herpes, all of the defaming material has to come down. So when that comes down, and I think those have like 3.4 million views, maybe 4 million views. When those come down, that will severely impact her algorithm. That will severely impact her channel. That will throw her channel all out of whack. It'll throw the algorithm, not to mention the money, the revenue. All of her numbers will go tanking down. That will affect the way her channel is viewed on YouTube, and it will affect how her videos are recommended. It's just going to throw her numbers off. So she's moving now and getting, starting to move to the website, which I believe that's a great business move. I mean, if she still wants to be a blogger, she still want to do what it is that she does, she still want to be Tasha K, she's just not going to be able to do it on YouTube. She's going to have to do it on the website. People are going to have to pay. She's going to have to get these people to pay for a membership every month. It's not going to be as easy as it is on YouTube. So she's going to have a lot of work to do if she thinks she's just going to run over there on a website and just start making videos and pumping out content and people are going to join. They're not going to do that. If they can get content for free on YouTube, they're just going to find other people to watch. They're not going to follow. Your loyal subscribers and your loyal fans might follow you to that website, but they're just going to stop watching you. They'll look at the old videos. They'll be satisfied. It's not like you're giving content that people have to see. I don't give content that people have to see. People have to see this, though. They tune in to get these updates. That they do. And once we done with this, we'll just find other things to talk about. We'll find other cases to cover. And we'll go on, to grow. But you, on the other hand, Tasha has made her living and made her brand reputable by doing sensationalized stories, tabloid style reporting. Her fans want hyper sensationalized stories. They want the cheating, the scandals. They want the tea that they perceive no one else is giving. Tasha's the only one that can get it. Tasha's the only one that can get the tea. She's the only one that get the interviews. The only one breaking up families, marriages, homes. She's the only one bringing these people up here. Now they see that it is other content creators that are doing it, and they're doing it just as well. Smaller content creators. So a lot of these people might not follow her over to the website. They might just be content with watching the videos on YouTube, the older videos on YouTube. They might just be content with finding another content creator. They might not want to run over to no website. But what happened to Tasha K? Where did it all take a downward spiral? Where did it all take a turn for the worse? Where did it all take a turn for the left? When you got big-headed? When you started thinking that your shit didn't stink? That all happens when you put pride before your work ethic. When you put pride and your ego starts taking the front seat. Now your integrity takes the back seat. the pride you took in your stories and putting out great content, that all takes a backseat because now your personality, your image, and the way you want people to see you, now that takes front seat. That takes front and center stage. It demands attention. And you got to feed that ego. I'm the motherfucking queen of YouTube. I got all the stories, bitch. And now what do you start doing for stories? Anything. Cheating, lying, snaking people, going behind people's back, doing vindictive things to get the story. That's where it started. This shit right here. Cardi B, Mary Harvey, Essie Berry, all that. All of those, every move you made led you down to where you are right now. Led you down this road. Led you to this crossroad where you are right now. We watched her go up and we watched her come down. And nobody wants to tell her. Nobody wanted to tell her that she was fucking up. Nobody wanted to say, Tasha, and even if they did, she wouldn't listen because she was big-headed. I'm Tasha K. I got the big production. I got the lights. Nobody knows what program I'm using. I'm fooling everyone when all the fuck I'm using is some little VMix shit and doing a little production. I got everybody thinking I got this grand production because my lights are, and I'm down in the basement with a production, and everybody thinks I got this network show, and all you're doing is a fucking YouTube video like everyone else. Remain humble and stay grounded, and God will bless. But when you start, the Bible says, pride comes before a fall, a haughty spirit before destruction. Child, Jackie said Tasha K is the queen of getting sued in court. Should have just let it go. Should have just let it go. Should have just let it go. So that's all I got, you guys. This has been another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. We showed the court records, child. We done showed all of the shit that Tasha K wanted to be inadmissible, which is everything to be inadmissible. She don't want shit to be entered in as evidence. Just take my word for it, bitch. Just take my word for it. We don't need to see shit. You don't need to see shit. Just take my word for it. Child, 38 questions Cardi B's team is asking the jury, the potential jurors, to Tasha K's 16. Now you tell me. You do the math. Oh, child. This has been another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. You guys have hung in there with me for 2 hours. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the comments, all the interaction in the chat. You guys, I'm telling you, we are going up, up, up. And this is a special message to a very special subscriber of mine. Girl, I've been trying to get in contact with you. CR, I don't know. My girl, Rainbows and Butterflies, CR. Auntie Nisi and them, if y'all can get in contact with my girl, tell her that I have been trying to DM her. There is no hard feelings. I don't know what she thought, but I was not deleting your comments on YouTube. When you block someone, I had blocked another girl because she was going off in the comments. And when you block someone else, if you've commented under their comment, it will delete your comments because theirs is blocked. Their profile is blocked. So anything that's under it will get deleted. I was not deleting your comments, boo-boo bear. I love you, girl. You my girl. I would never delete your comments. So, girl, I've been trying to DM you and I've been trying to reach you. You know, we freaking frat. Girl, you ain't getting away that easily. You my boo. So, yes, stop. Check your DM because there is no hard feelings. I would never delete your comments. Okay? Never. I was actually protecting you. I was like, you gonna stop talking to my girl. So I blocked the young lady that was going back and forth. So, yes. See, I love you, girl. So this has been another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And I'm out, y'all. Bye.